One, two, three, go.
Welcome to another episode of the Lead Podcast.
I'm Naomi,
I'm Faith.
And I'm Blessing.
and we are here today to talk about
Like, comment, subscribe.
self-worth.
Woo! Yeah, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Spotify,
5 stars.
YouTube, everything.
5 stars.
Yeah.
So yeah, today we're here to talk about self-worth. And yeah. So, do you guys know your self-worth as a person? Like, do you know your worth as a person?
I'm pretty sure I do.
Yeah.
What makes you think so?
Because I'm a person that I'm a person that values myself. What is it? Yeah. What else am I supposed to say?
Blessing?
Yeah, I'd say I'm confident in myself and my abilities. So, yeah, obviously there's always room for improvement. And, you know, you can never remain the same level. But so far, yeah.
So, like, what have you gone through in the past that makes you realize that you value yourself now?
So, growing up, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Naomi used to bully me.
She's lying.
Me and Naomi used to
lying.
fight.
Guys,
Like cat and dog. They call us cat and dog. We used to fight. I remember.
no, let me tell you the reason why.
Okay.
We used to fight because Funke, if you know one thing about Funke, Blessing, you know this. Funke thinks she's right. Mrs. Right. Funke will never say, oh, you're wrong. Oh, I'm sorry.
Is Naomi not like that though?
No.
Guys, this is how
No, but I can say, oh, I'm sorry. But Funke will like, no. Like, Funke will not acknowledge it. Has she ever said sorry to you? You guys are best friends.
Don't even play with me.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I said she
But
has.
we haven't argued though.
Yeah, argue.
But do you
Yeah.
ever say that has she ever said that she's wrong? No.
No,
I'm never
she hasn't
wrong.
been. She hasn't yet. She hasn't been wrong yet. So
Just-
bringing this back to worth. Well, let's all breathe. We all need to breathe now.
But Funke is blaming me for self-worth.
Okay.
I'm not blaming you for self-worth. You said I should give what reason examples.
Okay.
You're not the only one.
Of what made you to realize that you value yourself now? How does that have to do with me? Well, you brought me up.
Just give it a back.
First of all, you didn't let me finish. Backstory, as she said. You're not the only villain in this story.
I'm not a villain.
Oh my god.
But continue.
No, okay. First of all, let me do.
Genuine question.
Okay.
So did I make you be less confident as a person?
No.
Exactly.
But I want to talk about how, since you're here, you're the first person, obviously, I can see.
Okay.
I want to use how when we were younger, I used to fight a lot, I used to argue a lot, I used to say very mean things to each other. Do you get me? Obviously, those type of stuff stuck. Insecurities were building from those type of stuff. So, as we mentioned in the last episode, words, you know, when people say certain things, it sticks. And it stuck to me. You're not the only one. Mm-hmm. Our whole family were like that. Mm-hmm. Do you get me? We're very, I don't know how we even survived. We're very mean to each other. Do you get me? But because you're the person I'm seeing in front of me, and because you're the person in the episode, and we have to make it interesting, I don't know what's wrong with you. Anyway, that's why I mentioned you. Because when we were younger, we used to fight a lot. I used to argue. And on top of that, I'm not bossy. I'm not.
Yes, she is.
Now we don't play with me.
Okay,
I'm not any of these
people
things.
that aren't in front of you right now, that aren't
Yeah.
any school experiences or stuff that made you diminish your work?
Okay, so when I was in primary school, in 3rd class, I had this rubbish teacher. First of all, she why are you laughing? My school were all black. Like there was only one white.
That was
girl.
a black school.
There was only one black girl only one white girl and one white boy in my class for the whole 8 years that I was there. And the girl joined in like fifth class. Anyway, when I was in 3rd class, my teacher decided that everyone deserved animal nicknames. And my mom being my mom, I wanted to go as Faith since I was like 3 or something, but she decided to put my first name down, so my first name is Funke. And because these white people don't like learning how to pronounce people's names, they call me Funky. And because Funky and Monkey rhymes, this lady put my name for a whole school year as Funky Monkey. There was other ones, I think there was like Sandra or Sarah Snake or something, like Chrissy the Crocodile. There was just many like off things about this class. And then obviously because she was calling me that, loads of people thought they had the right to be calling me that. To be honest, when I was in primary school, I was as Naomi said, I wasn't authoritative, but like you couldn't just say stuff to me, if that makes sense. So I think that helped a bit, but it still stuck. Like it was still hurtful that people are calling me monkey every day, stuff like that. There's just other scenarios. What was it? Because I was more, when I was younger, I was skinnier, but I was more curvy anyway, and I kind of grew quicker than my other age mates. So loads of people were very sexual towards me as well. So then having to deal with all of that and then figure out my worth, I was very insecure in many things. So I will say that. But as I grew older, and as we talked about before, like you actually just have to stop caring about what other people think, to be honest, if you want to find your worth. Because now, like, you couldn't tell me anything. I'll just smile in your face, to be honest. But it wasn't easy. It took time, and I did see a therapist for a good 6 months.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
In first year. Yeah, I remember, and I did, and it was for many different things at that time. But obviously, stuff accumulates and it builds, and you have to express it at some point. Through all of that and through all of those phases, now I realize my worth and, self-love. Because who else am I supposed to love but myself? That was a lot of talking.
I'm like, dang, how do I follow up on that? What was the question again?
So, what did you experience for you to realize that you didn't value yourself then, but now you do?
Oh my God, I don't know. I think there's so many, but like there's no. Child, experiences. I don't know. Well, obviously, like being. Child, I don't know. I feel like there's something, but I just can't get it in my head. I mean, can't get it in my head. I don't know. Obviously, when you're younger, you just go through many things, but you don't understand what's actually being said. So, you just smile around and go about your day. But then actually, like, when you just get home or when you get to a quiet place, you're just like, oh, actually, what this person said or what this person did, wasn't right. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. I feel like I do, but I don't know.
Yeah.
What about you?
I feel like I was very confident as a child. Like, I was very, very, very confident. But then I say when I got into secondary school, that's only when, just went, yeah.
That sound you made us stupid. I'm sorry.
Nah,
I shouldn't be laughing at you.
Yeah, when I entered secondary school, that's when people start talking, oh, you got this, oh, you got that, oh, you got this, oh, you got that. And it's like, I don't know, it's just like, so obviously when you go through that, when I feel like that's when I began to develop insecurities. And I remember, like, one thing I hated was my nose. I despised it to the point that I would use, like, a tweezer. I'll put it on my nose. I'm being so
I'm so sorry.
But yeah, like...
In secondary or primary?
Secondary.
Yeah.
Because people are like, oh my gosh, your nose is so flat, da, da, da. And I'm like... And, like, now I love it because it's, like, I feel like it's part of my identity. And someone said something to me one day. When I was talking about it, she was like, you know what? I feel like God gave the perfect person to have the nose that you have. And I'm so glad he gave it to you. Because nobody can ever rock it the way you do.
Period.
And when she said that, I was like, that's true.
You have to think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, everyone has a special characteristic about them. And it's like, the way I think about it, like, God had to choose one person to give flat nose to, and they chose me. And this I was perfect to rock it. Yeah, I even went for a consultation to get rhinoplasty. And
how was that?
shambles. The person was like, you think you need to go back and think about it.
Was that when you were in secondary school?
Secondary school.
Oh, wow.
What, in secondary school? What year in secondary school?
I think I was quite young, like 3rd or 4th.
4th year. Did you do 4th year?
I was like 15.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it is quite young. So, well, over the time.
Thank God for that person that said you should come back.
Yeah.
Because if he was evil, he would have just did it when you were younger.
My parents.
No, you said
The
the doctor said you should go
Yeah.
because you're too young. And
Yeah.
But thank God, because some people will actually just do it.
Yeah, I didn't even have the money. So that's number one.
I have a plan, but I need a platform.
Exactly. I didn't even have a job, nothing. But you know when you're just desperate for something, and you're just like, let me just see. So that's what I did. Like, and then I remember like that was the reason why I started wearing makeup. So like when I first started wearing makeup, I just wear concealer under my eye and under my nose, so I can do like the illusion of the contour.
Okay.
When I first started wearing makeup. And I remember the first day, because I wasn't allowed to wear makeup. And then when I was 16, I turned 16. And then I wrote a letter to my mom. And I was like, I want to start wearing makeup because I don't like the shape of my nose. And I feel like wearing makeup will make me feel better about myself. So then obviously my mom's not going to be like, no, you can't. So she knows I don't feel that good about myself. So that's how I literally started wearing makeup. And I was allowed. But,
now you're a makeup artist.
Yeah, it's been a long journey. I feel like now I'm good. Like, I really do love myself. I feel like the way God created me was intentional. And, yeah, if you want to chat, you can chat. Like, you know one thing I've noticed? People always talk. You can be the skinniest person and you have to sit.
Someone will say something. Oh, you're too skinny. Well, I'm already skinny. And isn't that what you want in the first place? Like, people just be... okay, to the aunties, I don't know if you're watching this. No, I'm being so serious. Can we please be careful what we say to our young children? Like, I know girls to this day that because of stuff aunties used to tell them when they're younger, it still affects them. I'm one of them. I was just using an example. But it touches and it's deep as well. And aunties, they're not nice about it. Because, you can be nice about stuff. They'll be like, no.
I just feel like
you're
if
too
that's
big,
not
you're
your
just
child, they keep your mouth shut. It's that simple. I'm not trying to be rude. Forgive me.
Gotcha.
I ask for your mercy if you feel offended. But I feel like words leave such a mark.
Yeah.
You can't be talking to someone else's child like that. And there's one thing I say to people, like, before people used to come into my way, because I used to be so skinny. And now I'm bigger. But it's like, you don't even know what I'm going through. Like, I had to stop going to the gym at one point because of something, one of my health challenges. And then you're like, oh my gosh, you're so fat, you need to lose weight. Why is it so big? And I'm like, but you don't know that my doctor said I need to stop.
Yeah.
I remember I would go home crying. This was even last year. I went home crying. I was just like, you can't be doing that.
Yeah.
You can't just be talking about someone else's body, someone else's stuff like that, because that's one thing I've noticed. You actually never know what anyone is going through.
Yeah.
And I feel like if we just, because the way, like, obviously, older people, we see them as, like, an authority kind of figure. So, obviously, when our minds are, like, underdeveloped, it might be like, oh, since this person is older and they might have more wisdom, what they're saying is probably right. So that kind of leads us into finding our worth in things that we shouldn't be finding it in.
Yeah.
Whether, like, say, like, material things, men trying to get, like, the praise of other people, fellow women and stuff like that. It's just going to lead you down, like, a dark hole. 'Cause you don't know the amounts, you don't know how desperate someone is that they would go the full extent of anything, even if it leads to killing, like, even if it leads to, like, a fatal kind of outcome. So that's why I'm just like, yeah.
Because I remember this is so crazy. I remember growing up, I wasn't interested in makeup anyway. Like all my cousins and stuff, they're so into makeup, and I just wasn't it. And I just like my skin was good anyway, so I never really wanted to put something on my face. So I just never did. And then I think it was one birthday. My birthday is, I'm always in church for my birthday. So it was one birthday. My friend, she was practicing. I love supporting my girlies, so she was practicing makeup. So I was like, you know what, since she asked me to model for her, so I was like, okay, since it's my birthday, you do it on my birthday, so you have my makeup done. So I had my makeup done, and then one auntie was in church. She was just like, wow, so now you actually look beautiful because you have makeup on. I looked at her and I was like, oh, thank you. And I walked away. And
That's
like,
bad.
Yeah.
it was better. And it wasn't, I don't talk to her like that. I probably, you know, when you just greeted an auntie, like we don't have any some sort of relationship. And she just felt like saying that. Right? Like I'm walking, she stopped me. You know how aunties are. She stopped me and she said that. And I'm like, that is the law. But obviously that kind of like put it in my mind. So that whole year, I was trying so hard to learn how to do makeup so I could constantly do it. But at some point I was like, F this. I wasn't trying to learn how to do it anymore. But like how I said, it did affect me for a whole year. I was, you know, trying to always or be asking my cousins or my friends to do my makeup because to me, that's how people's, like, that's when I was beautiful because I had the makeup on. And as I said, at that time, my self-worth wasn't there. If someone said that to me now, I'll be like, that's your own. And then I'll continue walking. Do you get me? But it takes time and a lot of effort as well. Like, you have to put effort into trying to love yourself. Because just those are just examples of how words and just how small things can affect someone, especially when they're young. If you keep pointing out to them, like, their brain, as you said, their brain is still growing. They haven't developed their own personality, their own characteristics as well. So they're absorbing everything someone is saying to them. And if you're telling them something that is going to affect them negatively, it's going to impact them for the rest of their life. Anyway. So, yeah.
Yeah. Like, have you guys ever dealt with, like, pressure? Especially, like, with the men. Like, you feeling like you have to be a certain, you know, desirable size or that desirable color. Or, you know, have you guys ever felt, like, that pressure? And did you ever succumb to it?
Well, I went to a mixed school. Yeah, all the schools have... No, actually, I started off in an all-girls school and then we moved locations in Dublin and then went to all mixed school.
I didn't know you went to all-girls school.
Yeah, it kind of showed me to who I am. But, yeah, mixed school. Well, I wouldn't say because, like, if you know me, like, the B in my name stands for bubbly. Like, I would meet you that day and then, like, the next hour or so, like, we'll be friends. So I was just... I'd say not outgoing, but I was... easy to talk to, easy to make friends, kind of. So I wouldn't say that you know, I went to extra lengths to get myself, you know, to make myself appealing.
But did you, since you went to an all-girls school,
yeah,
did you not feel like I want a man, like I wanted a boyfriend?
No, girl, that was like what when we moved. I started senior infants in the mixed school, so that was when I was still young. Like, you know, when you're young, kids don't make friends with anyone easily. Right? So it was not. But what was I gonna say? But I wouldn't say I didn't have that problem trying to appeal to the gays, the male gays. But I say obviously like I was just that kind of person or that kind of friend that like always just stood back and was like, oh, I was my girls. What's this word again that they use? Wingwoman. Yeah, like I was just my girl's wingwoman. Like I was.
But just, like, is that because you were bigger?
No, I wasn't even bigger because the bigger I thought I was bigger then.
No, I mean like obviously, but you know how me and you we grew up anyway. We were the bigger girls anyway. Was that because I know, well, my house is different, but like for you like pushing yourself to like, you know, mix your friends up with other guys and stuff. Was that because I don't know, this sounds so rude, but you thought guys didn't like you enough, or I don't know.
No,
do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you, but I wouldn't say because it's just that I wasn't the one they wanted to talk to. But I didn't take that bad because I'm just always like, I'm a girl's girl. Like, oh, someone likes you, like go for it. I'm gonna help them set them up, everything. But it's just, it's not that I was actively trying to. It's just that like.
And were your friends setting you up with people?
Well, they always taught, but I was just like no, because I wasn't. Oh God, this sounds so corny. I wasn't that kind of girl, but like I just didn't see it.
Wasn't that type of girl?
I'm not like the other girls. No, but I just didn't see it. Like it wasn't like a thing of appealing. It was just a thing of like attraction. Like I'm just not, actively seeking or attraction. But yeah.
Sorry, I asked that because like usually, there's a whole thing on social media about the bigger girls being cop
like
blockers or something.
Designated. Oh yeah.
That's a whole
stuff. But don't
no, but I mean like there's a whole thing on like social media or like even podcasts is that the bigger girls are the ones that are cock blocking the prettier girls because they can't, like, guys don't find them attractive and stuff. But I feel like sometimes the girls know, like, they're using that, okay, guys don't find these bigger girls attractive as a way to seem as I just
feel like that's
lasy
just very
daisy. Do you get me?
Girl mentality for the other person. Because why aren't you so secure in yourself that you can't find someone? Everyone is beautiful, but like you can't find someone. I'm trying to phrase it in a way. It's like, you don't want to be friends with someone who might be the same pretty as you're prettier because you're scared that they might be the ones to get talk to and that kind of stuff. So I think that just all boils down to the person's
mentality. Yeah, it's definitely the other person.
Using them like as a shield to say like the bigger friend or someone like that.
Yeah, 100%. But I just thought to mention it because it is prevalent and stuff.
It does, yeah.
The bigger girls are seen as like the monsters and stuff.
Not the roar.
They're seen as like the bad guys when it comes to situations like that. But usually it's the two other parties, like the man or the other friend, because you two, like, as a friend, why aren't you like uplifting your friend or being a wingman for your friend and stuff? I don't know. That's just why I asked when you mentioned the wingman thing. What was the question, Sarah?
No, she was.
Oh yeah, did you ever feel like you had to bend down to the pressure of being desirable for a man?
Okay, it's my turn. Sorry, have you finished?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel in a certain sense.
And what did you do? Like,
ask me what I did. What did I like? How would I say it? I feel like there's a certain point where, for me growing up, I was, like, as Blessing said, like, I was just talking to everyone. And in secondary school, they used to say I was shameless because I would literally be talking to anyone and everyone. I didn't care how
you got niggas. Sorry.
What do you mean by that?
Oh my lord!
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, but you guys had guys. You had guys
that I was talking to, like, on a romantic.
No, but ever since in primary school, like, you had a lot of boyfriends. Not boyfriends, but
see the way she just put it. My mom watches this stuff.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay, but when you were young, you had a lot of attraction. Like, you got a lot of attention from guys.
But that was because of when I was young. You remember, I developed very early. Mm-hmm. Like, it was weird, that type of stuff. So in the circle, I was the girl that, when hormones are bouncing off each other, raging. Do you get me? Raging. Do you get me? And being one of the few girls that were developed, and obviously guys are more attracted to those type of girls. Mm-hmm. Anyway, and then for me as well, I'm just starting to like boys, and I'm just like, oh my god, all of this jazz that's going on in my head, like, I'm confused. Still, what was it? Like, the pressure was there because you had to know your worth as well, because it's not just every guy you're gonna be
going with.
Be going with that as well. And then it's also like, it was so weird for me because some people are telling me, oh, they liked my body or something, because I'm just going to use that example, because to be honest, that's what they were lusting after in the first place. Yeah. They like my body, all of this jazz, and then you're having aunties and stuff telling you that no, you need to lose weight, you're fat, blah blah blah. Because we were talking about this before we even started that, like, I was skinny, like dead skinny, but I've always been called fat. Do you get me? And then all of that was just confusing and, messes with your brain messes with your brain as a young person. Oh,
yeah. That brings me up to another question that just came to my mind. Like, did you ever suffer with body dysmorphia?
100%. I still suffer with it today. To this day. Like, my mental sense of my body is so messed up. Literally. And like, it got to the point where, like, obviously now I'm way bigger and stuff, and it's now affecting my health. I just have to, but in my mind it's kind of like I don't view my body as like my body. Do you get me? Like, I just, because of everything that was talked about, like all the way like people used to talk about my body, like most of my conversations with a lot of people was about my body. Do you get me? And having to relearn to love myself without the thought of my body, I ended up just dismissing my body in general. So, like, when it comes to people like me, like now, I just hate talking to guys because, the conversation comes of like your body or all of this jazz, or probably because of the stupid idiots I'm attracting. But I just, when it comes up with your body, I just hate it. And I think that's where body dysmorphia comes in, because I have no, like, in my mental capacity, I just don't want anything down from my neck. I'm not interested. Do you get me? And that is so bad.
Yeah.
And I'm still trying to deal with that because I know, like, it's affecting my health and stuff. And even though there's other aspects to that, but it's still affecting it. And, like, I look on social media and I see like a girl and she's super pretty and she's like well decided, but she's skinnier, she's more curvy and stuff. But because I grew up with that whole with the aunties and then with the boys and stuff, like, it messes with your mind. And then back then I had body dysmorphia because I thought I was the best thing in the world. Like, no one could tell me different. Do you get me? But not knowing that that's gonna affect me later.
Yeah.
Do you get me? And it has. And obviously I'm working on it. But body dysmorphia is such a big thing. And insecurities and stuff make it even worse. Do you get me? Because if you're told you're fat every day, but then you're thinking your body doesn't even exist, like, you're just all over the place, to be honest.
Yeah, so, like, thank you for sharing that. But so what's one thing, just if anyone is listening that is also struggling with the same thing you're struggling with, so what's one thing that you would advise somebody, or you're actively trying to do to kind of get out of that mental space and kind of be like, appreciate your body for what it is?
Yeah,
I was just
because I'm even thinking, I'm like,
understand the reason why, like, the rationale behind everything matters. You can't just be doing something because you're told to do. Obviously, you can do something because you're told to do something, but at the end of the day, like, why? Because even though someone tells you to do something, you're the one that's going to carry out that action. So obviously, you have to be like, okay, these people are telling me I'm this kind of way and I need to change, but why? And then you have to be like, okay, I'm looking at myself now. Do I feel healthy? Do I look healthy? That kind of thing. Or is this feature on myself, or is this characteristic of mine? Is it harming people or is it helping people? Because when you understand your why, you won't just be doing things aimlessly. Because you see, like, for example, like with cosmetic procedures and stuff. Cosmetic procedures, at the end of the day, if you don't love yourself and if you don't know the person they won't help you. They won't make you happy. Surface level, they might make you feel great. They might make you look great. But deeper inside, you know that, like, I'm still as if I had my old kind of self. So just understand, when you understand your why, when you eventually end up carrying out that action, they'll make it definitely easier. Or you just put into perspective, oh, actually, I actually don't need to discuss this person is telling me. I'll figure this out myself because I know the actual reason. So yeah, just knowing your why matters.
What's the question again? So,
steps you've taken to.
What steps have you taken to kind of get out of that mental space?
Yeah.
Obviously, loving yourself as well is number one. Was it me personally? I'm being very prayerful about it. Do you get me? Because God put me through all of this for a reason and stuff. And sometimes I think it's to help other girlies about what they're going through. So, because I remember I was very, back then when I was into social media, I was very into telling girls and like helping girls and stuff about like the whole body aspect and like I remember I used to just be talking for time, just talking to about different things. But I think that's the more the prayerful side and the more purpose side.
Yeah.
Because obviously you go through all of this for a reason. There's no like there's obviously a reason for it. But obviously I'm being very prayerful about it and stuff, and because it's not easy to lose weight or it's not easy to get to a healthier state of your body when you're already past that stage. Do you get me? What else am I doing? Not really anything. I feel like I'm still in that stage.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Like I'm still there, because it's not, as I said, it's not easy to just one day be like, you know what, F all of this. Let me just, do this. But like when stuff has been in your mind for years and years and years and years, it's so hard to one day just block it. So it's gonna take not years but time before before you can block all those type of voices and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm done.
And like, I think it's important to note as well that your self-worth can also be impacted by money, friendships. Friendships, let's talk about that. Friendships is a big thing, especially when you have been betrayed or when you are maybe the laughing stock in a group of friends. And like, I remember I was talking to someone and the person was like, she said that her friend would ask her, oh, let's go out. And then her friend would not meet a man there. Like, let's say Little Valley. Then her friend would meet a man there. And it's basically the girl invited her friend to come and third wheel. And because of that, and then she won't even like, even if you're doing third wheel, let's say that, you would still include your friend and be like, oh, are you okay? And make sure at least you're walking side to side. Not like I'm all the way at the back. You're not even checking if I'm okay.
She's using it as an excuse for her mom or something. That's all I can think about. But yeah.
But stuff like that is so real, and a lot of people actually have dealt with that, where like, your friend is not being desired. Your friend is not as desired, or maybe she's not getting as much male attention. And I think that's very malicious for using that, so, oh, let's go out. And then you're bringing her to third wheel. And you're not even like, caring for her or whatnot. But self-worth can definitely be impacted by friends and certain things. But
can I say something with that? It's like, yeah, when you're gone, your friends are so important. Like, the type of friends you have is so important. Thank God that God has given me some amazing friends that have turned into sisters.
Honestly,
and brothers. Because I don't know where I would be if
I love ya.
If certain people were still in my life. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So as you said, like, you'll talk about like your friends and stuff. I just feel in general, your friends are important because your friends will either help you in the situation or at the cause of this or the cause of the problem.
Yeah.
Because if I had friends that were telling me I'm ugly and stuff like that, I'm finished, because it's so much stuff going on.
Yeah.
But thank God I have friends that were uplifting, and as well, I feel like I'm a very like, I like uplifting my girlies. Like I love having friends, and I know I'm not hateful or like vindictive to any of my friends. Do you get me? So obviously I would like that reciprocated back. So thank God I have friends like that.
Yeah.
But I think it also depends on the type of person you are, because if all your friends are, being hateful towards you, you're probably being hateful towards them as well. And like, how it's like, oh, show me your friends and show you who you are. Do you get me? Like, you're in the same circle and your friends are just bad influences, or the cause of the issue to your, like, your mental health issues, you're probably enabling it.
Yeah.
Because you're probably reciprocating that energy back to them. I know karma is a real thing, because if I'm being good to someone, good things are gonna follow. Like, you know, when you plant a seed and all.
Yeah, but just to piggyback on what you said, like, I think also because of societal pressures and whatnot, especially if you're on TikTok, you see like a lot of people say, "Oh, I actually don't have friends," and people go out the extra mile to be friends with anyone at all, and it's like. So that's why sometimes I don't really believe that proverb where it says, "Oh, tell me your friends and I'll tell you who you are," because people just be making friends because they just need someone. But one thing I always say, it's better to have one good friend than to have 10 bad friends or 5 bad friends. Like, one person is good enough. And I mean, I know this kind of diverting, but like, because a lot of people say, "Oh, well, that doesn't work." It depends on who you are, because some people are high maintenance friends. Like, you gotta talk every day, this and that. But like for me and you,
it's not by force.
it's not very low maintenance. I could talk to my friend once in a month, once in 2 months,
and when we see each other,
and we're good.
Yeah,
and nothing will change, because it's like you have a life. But that doesn't change my love for you. And that doesn't change the loyalty I have for you. But you know that you can count on me and I can count on you regardless. So just to wrap it up, self-worth is very important. Love yourself. Cherish yourself. Don't put down your standards for nobody. You are deserving of every kind of love, every kind of loyalty. As long as you have a good heart as well. But
and to add to that, especially with the male gaze, like, if you don't love yourself before you enter a relationship, issues. So and especially just in relationship in general, just love yourself. Make sure and loving yourself is not easy, but you can work towards it with some of the points you said in the video. So
another heavy one again. But don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, rate, follow. Tell your friends, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend.
Yeah. And if you're being bullied, stand up. Don't let anybody talk down on you.
Seek help, tell a person.
Yeah.
Call the bully landline. Thank you.
Yeah.
Tell
her to shoot when you talk, okay?
Because I thought she was gonna.
But anyway,
I thought that's what she was gonna say. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you share. Love y'all.
Yeah.
We'll see ya.
Slangofo. We want to announce that to celebrate our 5th anniversary, we want to invite you to come and join us for our Bloom with Lead brunch. All the details are there. Make sure you reserve on Eventbrite. Okay. Welcome to another episode.
Okay, count us down.
You're supposed to count us down before.
I was counting down.
Yeah,
you guys decided to do
count
Billboard.
again.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. Welcome back to another episode. Sorry.
She said welcome back. We never said welcome back.
What?
Welcome to another episode.
It was welcome to another episode.
Oh.
Welcome to another episode. Count us in, honey.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go.
Welcome back to another episode of the Lead podcast. We're doing that. That's what we're doing. I don't even care.
It's the third one. Why is she wasting? Oh my lord. Okay, last one. Welcome to another episode of the Lead podcast.
Okay.
Yay! 3, 2, 1. Count us in.
Okay. 1.
I'm gonna beat the ball of you.
I'm not doing anything.
Okay.
You're wasting time now. You're the one that wants to go somewhere.
Go.
Welcome to the episode of the Lead podcast. We're using that.
I'm blessing.
Sorry, one more time. That has to be wrong ever.
Yes.
Anyway, Funke likes to think that she's always right, and she doesn't take accountability for her actions. Wait, hold up.
What do you mean by that?
Hold up. And if you guys don't know, I'm older than her by like a year. Yeah. Exactly. This girl will be bossing me. So basically, I would go to her house. And she'd be like, do this, do that, do this, do that. And I'm like, excuse you.
Why do you allow me to do that then? That's your own problem.
Yeah, but that's
She
how we
didn't
used to
know her
fight because I'll be like, you're not
words,
talking to me like that.
Yes.
Okay, it's so bossy.
Okay.
I'm not bossy.
Yes, you are.
I'm